Hello, everyone. Today we're talking about doom. Wait. Not that kind of doom. Rather, this kind of doom. The kind of doom that can easily take over our house. Doom stands for didn't organize, only moved. And I feel like a lot of people have doom boxes around their house, and maybe you don't even realize that's what that thing is that is slowly creeping in and taking over a spot in your house. Doom boxes don't have to be boxes, but today I'm going to be talking about two different places in my house. I have this box or basket, if you will. This is one of my doom boxes. And then I have another that is more like a doom area that just has been taking over my kitchen for the longest time. And I'm going to finally deal with these things. A lot of people associate doom boxes with ADHD. You do not have to have ADHD in order to have a doom box, so I can see the correlation there, but anyone can have a doom box. All it is things that you didn't organize, you just put in a certain place to organize later. And that is definitely what happened with this basket here. This basket is a basket that I put in my living room when my 1 year old was a tiny infant. It was supposed to be for while I was recovering from having him, having a place for diapers and wipes and diaper cream, that sort of thing, right by my chair that I normally sit in so that I didn't have to be getting up and moving around too much during my recovery period. And obviously, this has long outlived its use. He is 1 year old, and I am well over having him. So instead of just putting on my head that I'm going to put each of these items away, I'm going to first sort everything out into different rooms that each of these things go in. And then, of course, I have a trash pile. I'm not going to worry about donation. I'm not going to worry about whose stuff is whose, just which rooms this stuff goes in for now. Now, like I said, I do not have ADHD, but I am definitely easily distracted. And so the reason that I'm just doing which room this goes in is because I can use this area that I'm organizing on as a hub of sorts. And I know that each pile that I take, I can take it to the room that it goes in, and then I can come straight back to this room. And I use my bed because I know that I will need it later in the evening, and I know that I can't leave this stuff out. So when I scoop up a pile, I can look through it and see if there's anything that I need to donate. There was a few things here that just aren't serving their purpose anymore or that I no longer need. And I know that if these things do not have a place in my house, then I need to rethink if I need them anymore or think if they need to go somewhere else. I can put labels on things that need them, and everything ends up much more organized than it was just stuffed in that box. I started with this one because I knew it was going to be the easiest, and I actually was able to get rid of this doom box entirely. I knew if I put this basket back, it was just going to get filled with more stuff, and I don't need it as that diaper station anymore. And then I was able to move on to a little bit harder of one. This is a doom area, and I feel like this area of my house, this bar in my kitchen, is just constantly covered with stuff that I intentionally put there to organize at a later date or bring to a room at a later date. And so it's kind of overwhelming to me because every week or 2 weeks, depending on how things are going in my house, this bar is 100% full once again. So to deal with it, I just start with the things that will make the biggest difference. I pulled off that blanket because I knew it needed to be all together. It's a game for my daughter. And then I started with the trash. And then from there, it was easier just to take it one thing at a time and see if there was a whole bunch of things that went in one room. I tried to get everything for that particular room off at the same time so that I wouldn't be making a bunch of trips back to that same room. I knew I could just go take those things to that room and then come straight back and keep going. As far as donations go, I think for me it is easier if I know that my trunk is open and I need to go put those things in there right away rather than putting them by the door. Even if it's cold outside, I can run out for 10 seconds and put that in my car, because if I don't, my cats will get into my car if the trunk is open. So that's kind of just a reminder to me to get that done right away instead of leaving it for later. All this game stuff, that it all just went right in the same place. So, like I said, I'm just picking up things by category and making sure that I put them straight where they go. I had a couple returns that I needed to put actually by the door. Those are the only things that actually go by the door, is things that are returns to people or to stores. And then all this rest of the stuff goes into my office, which is kind of a whole different story because my office is an office slash sewing slash schoolroom. And honestly, it's kind of my doom room, but that's something that I am not prepared to deal with on this day. And I know in the back of my head I need to deal with it, but it's definitely going to be something that is a huge project. So I'm starting with the little things and kind of getting the ball rolling. Honestly, I have so little follow through. It takes every ounce in me to just finish up and take these last few things that don't really have a ton of purpose and just finish putting those things away like a sucker and a piece of my trim. And then I realized I had a doom box within a doom box. I had this little box of stuff that I organized my junk drawer, and it was still sitting there from doing that. And I think a lot of my Doombox problem is just my follow through and my willpower. And that's something that I have recognized within myself, is that I don't have a ton of willpower, but I do love it whenever I do power through these areas that are super cluttery and get them done and finished. Because who does not love a clean, clear space that looks and smells and feels amazing whenever you walk into a room? I am 100% guilty of just shoving things around my house wherever they will fit sometimes, but I definitely like my house more when it is decluttered. And I know that I didn't just shove things into yet another Doom box, but I definitely still have a few of those Doom boxes around my house. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really enjoyed putting these things away and getting them off of my brain. If you guys have a Doom box, let me know down below, and I will see you in the next one.